probably my senior year of high school, supposed to be like the greatest year. You're going to have so much fun. I got so sick. So sick. I mean, to the point where I was like, and when I mean sick, I don't mean like throwing up or like a cold. I meant my body hurt. It was tired. Like I could just, after school, I'd literally go home and I'd fall asleep for hours. And finally, my mom and dad are like, what is going on? What is happening that you are feeling so terrible? And I went to a doctor and he's like, no, you're fine. You know, you're just stressed, you know, all this different kind of stuff. I went to him probably 3 or 4 times. And by the 4th time, he was like, listen, this is all in your head. Like you know, you got to stop thinking that something's wrong, all this different kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it really is.
Yeah. So I feel like if you have a medical professional telling you that, it kind of makes you doubt yourself. Like,
exactly.
Did they ever do anything though? Or he was just like, no, this isn't, like, he just listened to you and he was like, no, this isn't real.
Yes, that's pretty much what he did. I was lucky enough to have a teacher who was kind of going through the same thing as me. And I was really close to her because I did a lot of different extracurriculars. I was talking to her one day and she's like, oh, Sarah, she goes, I really think you need to go see a rheumatologist. I said, oh, geez, what is that? You know, like, what is that going to entail? And she said, I think that you might have what I have, and it's called fibromyalgia. And I was like, what the heck? What is this? And they're like, well, there's no cure for it, but they can treat it. It's just kind of when your muscles in your body just hurt. There's really no rhyme or reason for it. So at the time, it was right when school started, my senior year, and I didn't turn 18 until October, and he didn't take anybody under 18. So I waited till I was 18 to go.
Is there a reason that they don't take people under 18?
I think because if it's a bigger rheumatology problem, then they want you to go to a pediatric.
Okay.
Who specializes in
like
it.
Children. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of in that middle space. I was in that middle ground of, okay, why don't I just wait?
Because you're not a child, but yeah, you're going to be an adult soon.
Yeah, exactly. So I waited till I was 18 and I went, and he was like, oh yeah, he did a whole bunch of tests. He moved my body around and he did like these pressure points tests, and then called my mom in and was like, yeah, that she has fibromyalgia, no doubt. There's pressure points that they push, and depending on the reaction you get from those pressure points will depend on that's kind of a test for if you have it. And she got 10 out of the 12. He's like, we're going to still do some blood work to see what's going on. And so she was like, okay, well, what do we do now? And he's like, well, there's really nothing other than anti-inflammatories that really help. And so, of course, I couldn't take those. So I was kind of stuck doing Tylenol, which is fine, but never really calmed anything down.
Is Tylenol, it has no anti-inflammatory properties?
Nope.
Okay. And that's what you really kind of need.
Yes. And that's what they really need, because your system's kind of on overload, and it's inflammation that kind of takes over. And I probably got that way because I wasn't taking anything when, like when I hurt myself in school or just stuff like that, where I couldn't take that stuff.